you're looking out there and it's like, wow, it'd be nice if it was 4 or 5. Yeah, but because of postseason, do you really want to? Do you really want to do that? I think trying to create as many chances. I think that's good because then you get in front of the net, you score, and that's all grand. But at this point, it's about result always, and then move on. I mean, if it had to be 1-0, you know what? You won the game. That's good. If because of PKs, well, obviously that's a nerve-wracking situation with that. But even at 2, I mean, the hope is that we can score more than 2. But that's all right. And certainly you don't want to be disrespectful to Granite City either. I mean, we moved the ball around well. Obviously, we kept it at a pretty slow pace. We were trying to go ahead and make sure we just limit anything that would need to be our counter, which we mostly did. And you think about how many times the ball got across the field. It wasn't much. And then so therefore you're doing your job. And for us, again, you have to be very cautious about how over results you go. Sure, we pressed to try and make sure that they weren't able to go ahead and serve the ball into our half, so we're going to try and win it immediately and then knock it around. Same time, I think you can't get too excited, too frustrated as you're knocking around. You got your couple goals, and honestly, at this stage, that's good enough.
What does it feel? How does it feel to be playing for a regional championship Saturday?
Good, because I mean we've been pretty fortunate with being in this position a number of times. I'm sure the last time we weren't, but so I think that's good. But I think you can never lose excitement for that. I think if that ever comes, then I got to question should I stay in coaching? And I think as players, they have obviously 4 years of high school. Most of them only see a varsity field for 1 or 2 or 3 of those years. So I think for them, I think you have to relish every moment. I know in I think it was 2009-10 during that couple-year span where we got to the semifinals for what was the second, third years in a row at that time. I think every time that we would win a game or win a regional or sectional, the kids sat there and took pictures for like 15 minutes. It's like, seriously, guys, it's a regional plaque. But I think that was the way it should have been, because I think whenever you have a regional title, I don't care for CBC, I don't care for us, I don't care which team, if you're a smaller school and maybe you don't get there as much like a la Hoosier situation, I think you, no matter where you're at, you really should relish that moment. And I think to go into a regional title game, I think that's something that's it should be exciting, and you should understand that it's an honor and a privilege to be able to step on the field and do that. And even for me now, all of a sudden, it's like you start getting up to in years. It's like, well, how many more times, does that occur? Been pretty lucky with having a lot of very good, talented kids.
Talk about the guys coming back too. You're getting Timmerman back, maybe Saturday, I guess, and you got your other defenseman back. So getting healthy at this time of the year.
Yeah, really, that's really an enormous priority for us, because otherwise you're not only do you want them back because they're starting players for you, but then it helps you in terms of your bench, because then if anybody goes down, then you're in trouble.
Right.
So we've already had to use a couple guys out of center mid and drop them back as defenders already. Well, you put a guy like Lieberman, who is a kid that all of a sudden's been out for several weeks here. He's a guy that was never going to come off the field throughout most of the season as a sophomore because he is that good. All of a sudden you got to do without, and it's like a bummer. And not only is that, but it dominoes, because then Seth Goodman has to start in the back when he's been one of the most energetic guys you see in the center mid. It's like, wow, this kid's a really good center midfield player.
Right.
But we had to go ahead and use that way. And Austin Wong, really good attacking type player, but now I have to have him in the back where he's superb. He's really that's his best position. But because we had other guys, it allows the luxury of putting a guy like that, who's a phenomenal player, and we had to, there goes another guy out of the middle. And then Timmy, I mean, he's just like the heart and soul of our team. So not having him out here for last couple weeks, it really makes a big punch in the gut. And so someone like that you want to have out there for a variety of reasons. One, he makes your team better. Two, he's the spiritual leader of the team. Three, well, it's supposed to be about the kids. And if it's about the kids, then you want those kids as a senior to be able to participate, and to not have Timmerman out there. It's as a coach and as a father, it's very disappointing, because he is like a son to me, and if he can't play, then it's like, oh my gosh, here's the senior year, he's a kid who's an all-state player, and if he doesn't have a chance to go out there, it just doesn't feel right. It's really meant to be that the time that we ever step off and this year ends, that he at least is able to go on the field and gets to participate in that way, instead of ending by sitting on the sideline.
Is he for sure coming back Saturday then?
I can't say for sure, but I'd say that the chances are really, really, really good. Now, I think though that for me, you saw I used Lieberman as a substitute. I wouldn't have had to. But to be honest with you, you got to be kind of careful with that one.
Right.
When it comes to Timmerman, he will not start, and his minutes, if he gets out there, will be very limited. Even if it means that we risk losing the game, I think you also have to respect that you got to take care of your players. And so, I try to get him out there when he can, but I don't want anything that's going to put him in jeopardy or harm's way.
Okay.